Please confirm it. Yes, my dear students. Yeah. So, yes, my dear students, all of you, very good. Yeah. Yes, an assignment yesterday. Have you completed? Yeah, Renuka. Yes, completed. Very good. Anuj, not sir. Rocky, not sir. Okay, fine. Huh? Yes, sir. Okay, completed. Okay, completed, sir. No, sir. Not sir. Okay. So you did not complete that program. Yes, sir. Complete. 100% complete. Very good. Amol. Very good. 100% completed. Irfan, you are absent, ma. Okay. Okay. Very good. Irfan. Okay. Yes, ma. No problem. Pooja. Dear students, take some more time. Otherwise, I will tell you that example in the class. No problem. Take some more time. No problem. Need not to do in the same day. Yeah, I will tell you. All of you remember, my dear students. I will explain that program. No problem. Take one more day. Take one more day. I am there now. KVR sir is your sir only, right? Wherever you go, I will also come along with you. Wherever you go, I will also come along with you. Don't worry. Right? Fine. So don't worry, ma. I will be there with you. I will. Hmm? No problem, ma. You hint is nothing but only simple. Hint is nothing but very, very easy. Actually, the assignment which I gave you is very easy for you. I did the complex one. Numeric to Roman is complex. Right? Yeah. No problem. Don't worry. I will do that example in the class. Nothing to worry about it. At present, don't worry. I will do it in the class. If you are able to do it. Otherwise, I will tell in the class. Okay? Yeah. So today's concept, we are entering into the most powerful concept, most powerful concept, development of functions. We are using, so far we used functions concept. Now we are using how to develop our own functions, development of functions in Python. We are using development of functions in Python. This is what we are going to discuss. Development of functions in Python. My dear students, it is the most important concept, guys. The heart for right. So fine, ma, no problem. So coming to the point of it, development of functions in Python we are going to discuss. Yes, ma, today I am requesting to all my students to carefully follow, because today introduction class is very, very important. That too, this concept is a most important, my dear student. It's most important. I'm going to give you, my dear student, I am writing most important this is. Okay. So what I'm going to discuss in this, see, my dear students, previously, if you look at, my dear students, it is our habit to write the loops concept, index concept is there. Loops are, I hope it is a conditional statement. There it is an index. We used to write index. If you look at that, we completed everything there, right? Purpose of flow control statements, types of flow control statements, and then conditional statements and match case, if else, looping statements, and then miscellaneous control statement, break, continue, and pass will be continued. Pass will be continued throughout our entire career. Programming examples, nested loops, and then programming examples on this. Like that, it is our habit to write the indexing here also. It is the habit of writing indexing here also. Okay, so let us start what we are going to discuss. First point is, what is the real-time purpose of functions? What is the real-time purpose of functions? First one is that. Next, definition of functions. Definition of functions. Okay. Next, we are going to talk about, listen ma, all of you. No, Ganesh Verma. Information I did not use so far. I did not use the notes. I just said what is the past. Every day I will tell about the past. Every day I will tell about the past. Okay, listen. Next, I'm going to tell you purpose of functions, definition of function. Next, we are going to talk about syntax for function, syntax for functions, syntax for functions, and next we talk about parts of functions, parts of functions. Next we are talking about phases in functions, phases in functions, and next syntax for functions. Next is number of approaches, number of approaches, my dear student, number of approaches, number of approaches, number of approaches to develop functions, to develop functions, number of approaches to develop functions. Next is called what you know, number of approaches to develop functions, syntax for functions, phases in functions. Next, at this time, programming examples, programming examples. Okay. Next after that, we are talking about parameters and arguments. Parameters and arguments we are going to discuss. And next we are talking about types of parameters and arguments. Types of parameters and arguments. Like what we are going to talk about is A. We are talking about positional parameters. Positional parameters. Positional parameters. Right? So positional parameters are arguments. Positional parameters are arguments. B is called what you know, default parameters are arguments. Default parameters are arguments. Next is called keyword argument. Keyword parameters are arguments. Next we are talking about variable length. Variable length parameters are arguments. E is called what you know, keyword. Right, students? Look at that now. Keyword variable length parameters. Keyword variable length parameters. Keyword variable length parameters. Then followed by programming examples here also. Programming examples at this moment of time. Programming examples at this moment of time. So next, coming to the point of it, coming to the point of it, global keyword, global keyword, and global's function, Now I will tell about local parameters and global parameters, global variables, local variables and then global variables, right? Global variables and global variables, and a global keyword and global's function, Next, we are going to talk about followed by programming examples immediately. So anonymous functions, anonymous, or we can also call it as a lambda functions, lambda functions. Next, I'm talking about differences between, see students, how many topics are there? Differences between normal and anonymous functions. Normal and anonymous functions. Differences between normal and anonymous functions. We are going to talk about it. Followed by examples on anonymous functions. Next, I'm going to talk about special functions, special functions. Special functions in Python. Special functions in Python. There we are going to talk about A. Filter function. Filter function with normal and anonymous. Filter function with normal and anonymous. I'll explain both of them. Next, I am talking about map function with normal and anonymous. Map function with normal and anonymous. Next, I'm going to talk about reduce function with normal and anonymous, followed by programming examples. Followed by programming examples. This is the one. This is the advanced concept of function. See that by discussing these two things, it will be over. By discussing these things, I can say functions are over. That will be a different people will explain. Since we want to go for a data science level, we want to go for discussing these many number of things. My dear students, is the index are you reading? Is the index are you reading? Any question is coming in interview point of view. It is our index only questions will be coming. Our index only questions will come, my dear students. Let me go to the in detailed discussion. Yes, ma, Rocky, thank you. So in detail about we are going to discuss. Fine. So let us start, students. Let us start, the student. The concept called what? Functions. Come on to the point of it. All these things we will discuss. Okay, my dear students, please concentrate, all of you. Please concentrate, all of you. And next, on the top of it, I will talk about types of programming languages. 1 minute, I want to give you the root level reason from where these functions are coming. I just want to discuss. There we are having unstructured programming languages, unstructured programming languages, and next is called structured programming languages. Unstructured programming language and what? Structured programming language. B is called what you know? Structured programming language. Unstructured programming language and what? Structured programming languages. Okay, so let's start with the development of functions. We are going to enter into the first. Okay, yes. So let me start, students, so that everybody has arrived it. The moment when I completed my index, everybody has arrived it. My dear students, I am heartfully requesting to every student of mine, please carefully concentrate on the first introduction session. On the first introductory part, you must understand. Okay, right. Let us start, student. So come to the next point is called development of methods. Right. In the context of, come on, students, now I'm going to give you the clarity. In the context of functional programming of any language, in the context of functional approach of any language, we have two types of programming languages. We have two types of programming languages. They are, carefully try to follow. They are number one. What is that number one? Number one, first point is number one, unstructured programming languages. Unstructured programming languages. I will explain what is unstructured programming language. You go on listening me. You don't try to speak in the middle of it. After half an hour, I will talk to you. 5 o'clock, I will talk to you so that everything will be clear for you. Meantime, you go on listening me. That's it. Second one is structured programming language. Structured programming language. Unstructured programming language. Okay. So how many types? Whenever I ask a question, you respond immediately. How many types of programming languages? How many types of programming languages? Two types of programming languages we have. One is called unstructured programming language. One more is called a structured programming language. Right, sir. In unstructured programming language, what is happening? Because I'm going to speak about this functions concept, this entire index, it will take 1 week. This entire concepts will take 1 week. Okay, so that 1 week concept to understand very perfectly, Today's concept is very, very important. Today's discussion is very, very important. Introduction class is very, very important. Okay, look at that. Look at that, ma. Carefully try to listen. Once you understand me, it will be more easy. What is unstructured programming languages? Why we need structured programming language? When already unstructured programming languages are there, why the structured programming languages? Why the structured programming languages came? Yeah, let us go to, my dear students. Unstructured programming languages does not contain the concept of unstructured programming languages does not contain the concept called functions, does not contain the concept called functions, does not contain the concept called functions. Unstructured programming languages does not contain the concept called functions. Right. So what is the meaning of function? I am also going to come. Let us go to the one small explanation in the class. My dear student, look at that. All my students, take the scenario, listen my scenario very, very carefully. We are all called what? 373 students. 373 students decided to develop one project, decided to develop one project for certain organization, for certain organization. Carefully look at, for certain organization. Now, when you want to develop one project for certain organization, there is a common requirement. There is a common requirement, my dear student. There is a common requirement. There is a common requirement for all students. Okay, take for all the students. There is a common requirement for all the students. What is that requirement? Adding of two numbers. This is the requirement we have. Consider my requirement very carefully, students. Consider my requirement. My requirement is very, very simple. My requirement is this. My requirement is adding of the numbers. What is my number? What is my requirement? Adding of my numbers. Adding of two numbers is my requirement. What you do? Assume that you have which language? All 373 students knows the language, knows only unstructured programming language. Unstructured programming language. Unstructured programming language only they knows. Unstructured programming language only they knows. Right? And it does not contain the concept of functions. Does not contain the concept called functions. Does not contain the concept called functions. So what they are doing? What is the function? Least bother. What is the function? Least bother. I will go further. All these students knows about what only? Knows only unstructured programming only they knows. Unstructured programming concept only they knows. They don't know any of the other concept. So functions concept only there is no, that does not contain. I will write in the next line. Better to write the next line. Does not contain the concept called functions. What is doing? Carefully listen. Since they want this addition of two numbers, there is no concept of function. Do you know what is happening? Student 1 has written. Look at, I'm having student 1. This is called student 1. Carefully understand, ma. Student 2, student 2, student 3, student 3. Like that. There are many more students are there. There are many more students are there. Like that, I am having many more students. Student 370, 373, 373. What is this first student is doing? What is this first student is doing? He is writing the code for addition of two numbers. What he is writing? Just for a minute, you watch it. He is writing a is equal to int of input of enter number. Enter first number. He is writing enter first number. Carefully watch it, all of you. Enter first number. Enter first number. Next is called enter second number. Enter second number. Carefully watch it. There is no tension. Relaxly, happily listen. I will make you to understand like anything. Enter second number. Enter second number. Next I am going to do what? Next I am going to do what? C is equal to A plus B. And print that now. Sum is equal to comma dot format of C you write it. How many lines of code is written? My dear students, please ensure that 4 lines of code is written. 4 lines of code is written. Assume that 4 lines of code is written. Okay. 4 lines of code is written. Okay. Well and good. 4 lines of code is written. Okay. Well and good. 1 minute. I will write it here. 4 lines of code is written. 4 lines of code was written. Well, and taken some for a minute for a student is concerned, 5 minutes of development time has taken. 5 minutes time has taken. For which student? First student. And this is the block of statements has written. These are the statements you have written. Okay. These are the statements. This is the logic you have written. These are called what, ma? Block of statements. Carefully. Block of statements has written. Block of statements written. By which student? First student has written this. First student has written this. Okay, well, next, my dear student, the second student is also supposed to write it. But when the second student is writing, what he will do? What he will do? Just imagine, he need to write the same type of logic once again or not? Will he write the same logic once again or not? Yes. He will write the same logic once again. He will write the same logic once again. Second student also writing the same logic again. Second student also writing the same logic again. Third student also writing the same logic again. Third student also writing the same logic again. Why? Because the unstructured programming language doesn't have the capability of reusing the code. Understand the word called reusability. Code reusability. I am writing one beautiful statement called what? All 373 students knows unstructured programming language, doesn't contain the concept called functions, and not able to get code reusability. My dear students, I am writing one beautiful word, code reusability. Code reusability is not there. Code reusability is not there. Not able to get a code reusability. So unstructured programming languages does not have the concept of functions and code reusability. Just imagine how many times you are writing the same code again and again. Come on, everybody. How many times you are writing the same code again and again? 373 times. So what is the problem here? Come on to the problem I am writing. The above code, the same code written how many times? 373 times. The same code written 373 times. And This leads to what? Leads to what? And leads to what? Same code is written again and again, again and again. So, and it is taking under 373 people, 373 people into how many minutes of time they are spending? 5 minutes of time they are spending. 5 minutes of time they are spending. Just imagine minimum 373 into 373 into 5 minutes. 373 into 5 minutes. You can imagine into almost 1865 minutes you are wasting. Is it not called problems? Are they not called problems, my dear students? Right? What are the problems? First problem you are getting. In this case, what is the first problem you are getting, my dear students? I am going to give you the clarity now. We are unable to, taking what time to develop? Come on, I am writing the limitations. So what is the first limitation here? Is it taking? I will go on writing, my dear student. You just say, give a green signal for me. Application development time is more. Just you give a green signal. Yes or no, you tell me. Application development time. Application development time. Application development time. Development time is more. Am I correct? Am I correct? Very good. Super students. Application development time is more. First limitation, my dear students. Application development time is more. Okay. Okay, my dear students. I understand that application development time is more. Number one, you understood. Next, number two, I'm going to give you the clarity. What is the second one? You are writing the same code again and again. That's why you are feeling more time is taking. And when you are writing the same 4 lines of code 373 times, when I upload my project in the memory, is it taking more memory space or less memory space? Application takes what memory space? More memory space. Application memory space. Application takes what memory space? More memory space. Application takes more memory space. That is the second one. That is the second one. Third one, we are going to talk about it. Application development time is more. Application takes more memory space. More memory space taking, application performance is reducing or increasing. Application performance. Application performance. Application performance is reduced. Application performance is reduced. Is it correct or not? Is it correct or not? Right, students? Redundancy of the code. Redundancy of the code is more. Am I correct? Redundancy of the code is more. Application takes more memory space. Application performance is less. I will take it. And I will take it one more. This is a fourth point, my dear student. This is a fifth point, my dear student. More memory space definitely will take what? Application execution time is more. Am I correct? Execution time also more. Execution time is also more. Yes, my dear students. I hope that you are understanding. Execution time is more. These are the redundancy means, my dear student. Duplication, duplication. Repetition, we can say repetition of the code. My dear student, Prudvi, are you getting ma? Repetition or duplication. See, in front of you, the student number 1 has written the code, student 2 also written the code, student 3 also written the same code. We call it as what? A redundancy. Prudvi has written the same code, Rocky has written the same code, Senapati has written the same code, KVR also written the same code, Kumar also has written the same code. Everybody has written the same code. And everybody is uploading in the main memory because we don't have the capability of what? Reusing the code. Now, what we want, the main concept, what I want, unnecessarily we are writing the same code again and again. Today, what we are looking today's concept is, what are we looking? Come on, dear students, all of you, catch my point. What we are looking today, code reusability. I want to look into that. Who will provide the code reusability in our present programming languages? Who will provide the code reusability in the present programming languages? Functions are providing the code reusability. Functions are present into which language? Functions are present into which language? Structured programming language. Now, my dear students, now coming to this is a requirement in where? This is the requirement in which programming languages? Unstructured programming language requirement is this one. This is the requirement in unstructured programming language. So they are writing again and again the same code. Now today I am looking for next requirement. See, my dear student, next requirement I am going for this. All of you follow me. I am going to take this. I'll take the copy of it. Now let us go to the next. I am looking for what is the next one I am going for. Yeah. Coming to the point back, my dear student, my requirement is go for what today? Structured programming language. My requirement in structured programming language today. Look at, my dear students, and going for structured programming languages. In structured programming languages, my requirement, same requirement I am taking, same requirement, addition of two numbers and etc. All the 373 students learned which programming? Structured programming, they learned it. Structured programming, they learned it. And it contains what concept is there? Contains what concept it is there? Contains the concept of what? Functions. All these 373 students are containing. Learned structured programming language, and Python is one of the structured programming language. C language is one of the structured programming language. C++ is one of the structured programming language, and able to give what? Able to get what? Code reusability is getting. So structured programming languages are containing the concept of what, my dear students? Functions concept is there. Functions concept is there, and provides what concept? Code reusability is provided. And moreover, what we are going to say in today's session is, I will take out these limitations, my dear students. Please look into once more. I will take out these limitations. For a minute you understand. Wait. For a minute you wait. For a minute you wait. And we are not going to write the same code again and again. We are not going to write the same code again and again. Just for a minute, if you wait, I will adjust my logic. So here, student number 1, come on to the point back. Again, this also I will remove. This also I will remove, no problem. This also I will remove. Let me take freshly. Let me take freshly. I will remove this also. I will remove this. Everything I will remove. Not an issue. Not an issue. Everything I will remove. Yeah. Now, there are many students are there with me. There are many students are there with me. They are ready to do the code reusability. They are ready to do the code reusability. So what we are looking now? What we are looking now? Student 1, student 2, student 3. They learned which programming? Structured programming. Which concept they know? Functions. Now, my dear student, what is the function? English meaning of function you try to understand. What is the English meaning of function you try to understand? What is meant by functioning? What is meant by functioning? Is it not an operation? Not party, ma. Raki. Not a function means not a party. No. Doing some work. Ambedkar. Very good, ma. Very good. Performing certain operation. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Function meaning is performing some operation. Performing some operation. Yeah, that is the actual meaning. Is it functioning or not? You are asking. You are asking a question. Is it working or not? Is it functioning or not? You are asking. Functions are meant for performing some operation and provides code reusability. Code reusability. If anybody asks you tomorrow, why do you use the concept of functions? You have to tell functions are meant for performing some operation and performing some operation provides what? Code reusability. Performs some operation and provides a code reusability. This is an answer you have to give me. The functions are meant for performing some operation and provides a code reusability. Now, my dear students, come. The student number 1, out of these many number of students, see, my dear students, I'm going to give you the clarity once again. Out of these many number of students, what these many number of students are doing now? What these many number of students are doing? They are asking Rosam, they are asking caviar. They are asking caviar, you please, you define. There is a common code is there, na? There is a common operation is there. There is a common operation. See, my dear students, every operation performed by the concept of functions. Please keep in mind. This is a repeatedly I'm asking this. Why do you use the functions? All of you write and show me. Functions are used for performing some operation and provides the code reusability. This is a purpose. Definition I will tell you. I am not saying the definition now. I am telling the purpose. Purpose of functions is to perform some type of operation and provides a code reusability. All of you write and show me. Come on, keep your hands. Come on, everybody. Functions are used for performing. Functions are used for performing. Functions are used for performing to perform some operation and provides the code reusability. Now, my dear students, I will ask you one small question. All of you look at. There is a function. Look at one more time. There is a student S1. There is a student S2. There is a student S3. There is a student S3. There is a student S4. What are we doing? There is a L1 dot append. L1 dot append 10. Next, what are you doing? L1 dot append. L1 dot append is doing L2 dot append. L2 is an object. L2 is created of Java. L3 dot append. L3 dot append of Python. Next, I am writing L4 dot append of something like 23.45. You see that carefully. This is called what? Calling the function. Already we used. We are calling the function. Whenever you call the function, it will go to the definition. So everybody is calling the function. This function was defined by whom? This function append is a function defined by, developed by. Append function developed by, see, my dear students, developed by Rosam. How many times? Only once. And Python programmers reusing again and again, reusing many times without defining, without writing again and again, without defining again and again, defining many times. So how many times it was defined, my dear students? Without defining many times. How many times it was defined? How many times it was defined? Quickly. How many times it was defined? Only one time it was defined. Only one time it was defined. How many times they are using? How many times they are using? Many times. This is nothing but what? This is nothing but what? Vara. This is nothing but what? Write once, call anywhere. Write once, call anywhere. Write once, see that. Write once and call anywhere. That is the philosophy of functions. Write once, call anywhere. This is the philosophy of the functions. Write once, call anywhere. That is the philosophy of functions. Now, similarly, in our example, what we are doing is, KVR is a team leader for all my students. He is doing what? Writing the code. How many times he is writing the code? Many times he is writing the code earlier. See, my dear students, earlier. See, it was defined many times, but here I am defining the code. I am defining this code. How many times I am defining this code? I am defining this code only one time. I am defining this code only once. I am defining this code only one time. Just carefully try to monitor. Then you can understand it. Not an issue. You will understand like anything. So you are monitoring the code. You are monitoring the code. So 4 lines you are writing. You are remove that. Five. This done. This is the definition. How many times it is defined? Only one time it was defined. Only one time it was defined. My dear students, carefully understand. It was defined only one time. And you are giving this one name you are giving, one name you are giving to this entire statements, whatever you have defined. You felt that these are the statements which are supposed to be reusable, and you gave one name to this block of statements. For this unit of statements, you are giving some name. What is that? You are giving some OP. See how I am giving it? Some OP. Just to open the bracket, close the bracket. This indicates the function braces. Braces. This is nothing but tuple braces. I am using with the variable name. Today I am using with the variable name. See, my dear student, today I am saying that it is the block of statements written. I give some name to it. I give some name to it. Slowly try to pick up me. Try to pick up my concept here. I am giving some name to that. A block of statements I am giving. The block of statements I am giving. The block of statements I am giving. Those block of statements. Those block of statements. I am giving some name to that. Some name to that I am giving. Such a type of a name. What they are doing? They are calling here. They are calling here. What they are calling? Simply some OP. See how beautiful it is. They are calling. Student number 2 is doing what? Calling. Just calling. Some OP. Next, calling. This is called calling. What they are calling here? Once again, I am giving the clarity here. Some OP. Some OP. Earlier, they called again and again. This person also calling one time. This person also calling once. Some OP. What is happening? Whenever you call, PVM will go to this line and asking what are the values for the student 1. Whenever the second person is going to this and asking what are the values, like that. Tell me, it was defined how many times? Defined how many times? Tell me. Defined how many times? One time. Defined how many times? One time. How much time is taken? Only 5 minutes of time is taken. It is not taking so much of time. It is not taking so many lines of code. Is it really an advantage or not? Is it really an advantage or not? Here some OP is called function we can call. What is the purpose of functions now? My dear student, tell me what is the purpose of functions? What is the purpose of functions? Performing certain operation and provides the code reusability. Anil Kumar, very good, ma. Yeah, everybody must say, who will provide this functions concept? Functions concept is provided by which languages? Structured programming languages are provided. That's why from C language onwards only, functions concept has come into the picture. From C language concept only, functions concept has come into the picture. Still, I will give you more awareness for you. Still, I will give you the more awareness, more knowledge I will explain. Don't worry about that. So I hope that coming to the point back. So unstructured programming languages does not contain the concept called functions, and unable to get code reusability. Unable to get what? Code reusability. I am getting here code reusability. Sir, what is the limitations? Since see, my dear students, all of you, since unstructured programming languages does not contain the concept called functions, and does not contain the concept called functions, and we get the following limitations. and we get the following limitations. And we get the following limitations. What are the limitations here we are getting? And we get the following limitations. What is the first limitation here? First limitation, come on to the point of it. Application development time. Already I wrote it. Application development time is, come on, everybody, is more. Second point I'm going to give you, application memory space. Application memory space is, application takes what? More memory space. Application takes more memory space. More memory space is taken. Application takes more memory space. Third one is called what? Application takes more memory space. Next, application execution time. Same, already explained. Application execution time is more. Application execution time is more. Application execution time is more. I hope execution time is more. Fourth one I am going to talk it. Application performance. Application performance is degraded. Application performance is degraded, my dear student. And the redundancy of the code is more. Redundancy means what? Duplication of the code is more. These are the drawbacks when the functions are not there. That's why, whether you remembered or not, in the first day, Python is inspired from 4 programming languages. Python is inspired from functions. Functions means what? C language is containing functions, C programming. That's why functions advantage is what? Reusability is provided like anything. Duplication, not duplication. Chinnu, honey. Publication, no, publication, no. Degraded means reduced. Yes, ma, Chinnu. Are you getting ma? Duplication, or it is also called as a repetition. Repetition, my dear student. Repetition, we can call it as. Okay, ma? So to overcome this kind of thing, these are the drawbacks. To overcome this, from structured programming languages, sir, what are the examples? Of course, you don't know, I don't know this example. GW Basic, it was the olden days programming language, which comes under unstructured programming language. Today, yes ma, Ganesh Verma, I'm coming to one by one ma, please wait, I'm coming to that. So Ganesh Verma is asking this question. You please wait, Ganesh Verma. I'm there na, I will explain. Wait, hold on. Ambedkar, functions are there in COBOL, my dear student. Functions are there in COBOL. COBOL contains functions, right? Don't worry. Now I'm coming to the, here we understand purpose of function here. Coming to that, structured programming language contains, now I'm going to understand here, structured programming languages contain, contain the concept called functions and provides and able to get a reusability and able to get a GUs and able to get a code reusability. Able to get a code reusability. This is the language name, my dear student, Manikanta. Nobody will ask the full forms, ma. Please don't ask that full forms, because even this we don't know this language. It's a very olden days programming language, 1967 before. Some programming languages are there. We need not to worry about that kind of things. It is just I'm giving to give you the more knowledge for you. Nobody will ask you this question. Don't worry about it. Now, structured programming languages are those which are containing functions and provides a code reusability. Sir, because of functions are there, what are the advantages? Now I'm writing, since structured programming languages are providing, since structured programming languages are since structured programming languages provides contain which concept contains the concept called functions, and we get the following advantages. And we get the following advantages. Indirectly, these are the advantages of functions. These are the advantages of what only? Functions advantages only. Yes, indirectly that only I am saying. Indirectly that only I am saying. What is the first advantage, my dear student? Very, very simple. I will copy and paste and then I will do the reverse word. Application development time is less. Did you understand that? Application development time is less, I said. Did you understand? How you understand? How many times you are defining the function? How many times you are defining the common code? One time. How many times you people are using again and again? Many times. I'll give you beautiful explanation. Still, only I'm preparing. Second one is application memory space I am talking. Second one I am talking about application takes which memory space? Less memory space. Next I am going to take the third one. Application execution time is less. Application execution time is less. Execution is fast, I mean to say. Fast. Execution time is fast. Application performance is degraded, we have written. Application performance is enhanced. Enhanced means what? Enhanced means what? Improved, I am saying. Improved. Right? Redundancy of the code is what? Redundancy of the code is what? Minimized. How much you want to write, that much only you are writing. Redundancy of the code is minimized. And debugging is more easy. Debugging means what? Improving, correcting the errors and finding the errors. All those things can be done. All those things. Yes, ma, KK Gupta, very good. Debugging is very easy. Functions provides easy debugging process. Debugging means what? Finding the errors and rectifying the errors. Modularization it is provided. Like what? In olden days, there was a TV. In TV only there is a remote concept is there. Later days, what is happening? TV separate or remote separate. So if any problem is happening, it is easy to recognize the problem. If everything is one place, it is a difficulty to go for this. Right. So, see, my dear student, Chinnu, honey, I will tell you the limitations of the functions at the end of the functions. At the end of the functions, I will tell you, because the functions extension is called what? Functions extension. See, my dear student, functions extension topic. Extension topic is what? Modules extension topic. Modules extension topic is called what? Development of libraries, development of APIs. That is called what? Packages. I will explain. Packages, beautiful concept. You will just fly like anything. Functions are having limitation. That's why we will go for modules. Modules having a small limitation, then we will go for the packages. Ultimately, we are going to enter into, see, my dear student, I will keep this one only. Functions will make us to go to modules. Modules will make us to go for the packages. This is the topic name. Functions next, modules next, packages. Honey, Chinnu, honey. Are you getting, ma'am? Are you getting? Step by step, I will go for it. Level by level, I will go for it. Okay, na? Don't worry. I will explain everything for you perfectly. Right. Now, my dear students, understand, my dear students, these are the advantages of functions. So, overall picture you come to once me. How many types of programming languages are there? Now it is a 5 o'clock, 5 minutes. Let us take up to this what I discussed it. How many types of programming languages? 2 types. One is called what? Unstructured and what? Structured. Under unstructured, what is that? Functions. Do you have functions there? No. That's why we have these limitations. And then structured programming languages you come, there we are having these many number of things. Sir, what are the examples here, sir? What are the examples here, sir? C language, CPP, Python, next is called Java, next is called .NET, etc. All present days languages, C, COBOL, all present days languages are containing the concept of what? Functions concept is available. Right, my dear students? If you want one small thing, I can prepare one small chart. Of course, it is there in our class. You may have a little doubt also, because I need to enter into the subject. Languages, if you come, a small doubt will be there. Sir, daily you are writing some type of languages. Here we are writing unstructured. This is called unstructured. Unstructured. And this is the other side is called structured. This is called structured. Under structured and unstructured we have what again? Under that unstructured and structured we have what again? We are having what do you call static typed programming languages. Static typed. Did you remember my beginning? Static typed. And one more is called what? Dynamic typed. Under static typed, who are there? Object oriented programming is there. Procedure oriented programming, object oriented programming. Okay. Under procedure oriented programming, C, COBOL, etc. 8086, etc. Under object oriented programming, Java, .NET. Under dynamically typed programming language, who is there? Under dynamically typed programming, who is there? Python is there. Under Python is also called one type of which programming? Object oriented programming. So it is called what? Object oriented programming with a dynamically typed. That is called Python. Did you understand this classification? Yes, sir. Very good. Okay. I just gave some small clarity for you. Now coming to the point back. Now you go for this. Now I will come to this comes under types of programming languages. I can give you the word here, types of programming languages. Now my dear student, I will go for types of programming languages. I hope up to here it is clear. Next part I am going to enter into something like this. Development of functions I am going to enter. So let us coming to the functions. Now I am coming to the purely functions. Tell me now. Now I am going to enter into the first point. The purpose of functions concept is that to perform, to perform what? Certain operation and provides what? Code reusability. Performs what? Code reusability. Did you understand, my dear students? Am I going any fast? My dear students? Are you okay? Are you able to understand me, my dear students? The purpose of functions is, okay, is it okay? Very good. The purpose of functions concept is that to perform certain operation and provides a code reusability. Very nice. Okay, sir. Now I'm going to tell you next point. I want to go for it. Now, we understand the purpose of functions and everything is perfect. Now I'm asking about definition of function. Definition of functions I am going to explain. Definition of a function, I am going to give you the clarity here. What is the definition of a function? I am going to give you the clarity here. Very, very easy. Look at, my dear students, how simple it is. Definition of a function, I am going to give you the clarity. How simple it is. Look at now. Once again, a small case I am going to explain. Now I am giving a case. As on today, in our software industry, even including our mobile, if you click any button or if you click any hyperlink, if you click anything, some type of operation is performing. To perform certain operation, some piece of code to be written. That piece of code you can use, I can use, anybody can use it. Now tell me indirectly, every clicking behind, who is there? Every clicking behind, Rocky, very good. Every clicking behind, who is there? Come on, ma. Function is there. There is a code is there, no doubt in that. Behind of every clicking, there is a function. Behind of every click, there is some piece of code is there. That piece of code you can use, I can use, everybody can use it. Any piece of code you can use, I can use, everybody can use it. Such a piece of code is written in the form of functions. Such a piece of code can be available in everything in the form of function. Let me take, my dear students, last and final I am asking one small diagram I will create, because I will give you a lot of awareness for you regarding functions, because with your Python life is totally depends on the functions. Don't leave the system, students. All of you should follow me until I say class is over. Then you can go out of the class. Otherwise, if you leave in beginning only, tomorrow, next week, you will suffer and totally Python will go out. And this concept, you should not miss a single class of mine. Take one small case. Even in the classroom also we do it. Let us take, this is the ATM operation. Let us take that this is a ATM. This is a ATM operations. ATM operations is a big project. It is a big project. It's a big problem, I can say. It is a big problem. Right. This big problem implemented by HDFC, ICICI. Yes, ma, Rocky, I will tell you. This ATM project implemented by HDFC, Axis, SBI, Union Bank, all the banks are using. Right. Now, what are the operations are containing inside of it, my dear students? What are the operations are containing inside of it? Just please observe it. These are called operations. What are the operations we have here? Just please look at. Number one, deposit. For example, deposit. Next one is called what? Withdraw. Next one is called withdraw. Carefully follow, my dear students. Next, I am going to change balance inquiry. Just you go on follow me. Next, we are having funds transfer. Next is called what mini statement. Mini statement. Next, I am going to have something like a pin generate. Next is called pin change. Pin change. Next is called what mobile number registration. Mobile number registration. Okay. Next, I am having something like mobile number registration, something like a banking services called banking. Next is called a language. Yeah, language. Yes, a language. Like that, there are so many miscellaneous operations are available. Miscellaneous operations, personalized, printing, like that we have. Tell me, my dear student, as a part of a real-time student of you, you tell me, according to, don't tell wrong. This is the main project. What is deposit? Carefully tell me. Don't say immediately. What is the deposit? Yeah, Ambedkar, very good. Very good, ma, very good, super. It is an operation actually. It is considered as a function. Beautiful students, you did very well. Deposit is a function. It is an operation. You remember in your brain, everything is called operation. Every operation can be performed by a certain piece of code which was written in a single unit. Withdraw is a function. Balance inquiry is a function. Funds transfer is a function. Funds transfer is a function. Generating mini statement is a function. Generating mini statement is a function. PIN generate is a function. I will tell you how to generate the PIN. And mobile number registration is called a function. Mobile number registration is called a function. Next is called banking is a function. Banking is a function. Language is a function. Like that. Now tell me, what is my big problem? What is my big problem? This is my big problem. Big problem decomposed total big problem code. Nobody will write into one piece of code. Nobody will write everything into one place only. They are decomposing, they are bifurcating, they are divided into different pieces. Such a type of pieces are called what? Such a type of pieces are called what? Function. Small units, small segments you are creating, we call it as a function. What is the definition of function, my dear student? Come on. Subprogram of main program. Subprogram of main program is called function. Am I correct? Subprogram of main program is called function. Am I correct? Will you accept it? Yes, sir. Subprogram of main program is called function. What is the main program here? What is the main program here? ATM is the main project. ATM is the main project, which is containing sub-project. Subprograms are there. Subprogram. All the subprograms of main project is called what? Function. My dear students, understood. It is also called, or it is also, one more scientist has defined. A subpart of main part. A part of main program. A part of main program is called what? Function. Am I correct? A part of main program. Deposit is a part of ATM. Withdraw is a part of main program. These are all called different parts of main program. Is called what? Function. Come on. Last and final. Don't go out of the class. Be in the class. Now only concept is going to come. Last and final. Now I am going to say one funny example I will give you. One funny example I am going to give you. One small funny example, because I want to take the complete knowledge with you. Complete knowledge I want to give you. Okay. Be careful with me, student. Be careful, student. Try to understand me very careful. Okay. Don't laugh by seeing the sword hand diagrams. So just I want to make you very perfect. And appreciate me when I am drawing good diagrams. That is just encouraging me. Just encouraging me, right or not? Yeah, very nice. Now only you are very good. Okay. Now you are encouraging me. Sir, you are drawing very well. Yeah, very nice. I know I'm not drawing correct, right? Okay. Just I want to make you to do well. That's it. So this is the subject of it. It is one hand. This is another hand. Super. Very nice diagram, na? Even I did not expect that this much good diagram will come. Yeah, that I did not expect, my dear student. Yeah, very nice. Python emoji. Yes. Python emoji, this is called. Right, real. Yeah. Come on to the point of it. He is becoming ready to attend the offline classes now. Okay, student, come on. Here. Okay. Thank you for your appreciation. Okay. Now see, my dear students, I am recognizing is called human being. Is called main problem. This is called human. Human is called main project. This is called main project. This human is having lot of components. Lot of components are present. You see, this is the component I have. What is this component is this doing? Component. This is called what? Ear. It is called ear. What is the component ear can do, ma? It is going to do what? Listen. It will listen. It will hear. Okay. Now it is having, this is called some component I am having. This is called some component. What is the component here? Hand. Hand is a part of the human being. It will do the work. It will do the work. Next is called, these are called legs. These are called legs. That will do. This is a component of our, this is a component of our, this is a component of our do. This is called walk. What I mean to say is, this is called the component called ear. This is called a component called eyes. This is a component called eyes. This will see that what? Watch or just vision will provide. See that? A human being is a main project. There are different functions are there. Different pieces are there. They are embedded together. It is comes under what? Function. So here, watch, do, walk are called different functions, my dear student. Different functions we have here. Different type of functions we have. So ultimately, I'm giving the clarity here. These are called a different type of functions. These are called a different type of functions we have. Different type of functions we have. So the main human is connected with a different type of components. Ultimately, I'm giving the definition of a function. For my satisfaction, tell me. Subprogram of, come on, main program, subprogram of main program is called what? Functions. Or a part of main program, a part of main program, a part of main program is called what? Function. A part of main program is called a function. A part of main program is called a function. Is it understandable, my dear student? Is it okay? Right. What is the purpose of functions? Slowly I will bring into the subject mark. If you leave the session now, you will get a lot of troubles now. You will get a lot of troubles now. Right? Coming to the point of it, now I am going to give you the clarity. My dear student, Anuj, all of them are legs, hands, everything is an object. No doubt in that. Anuj, function itself is called an object, ma. In our Anuj Malik, very good doubt you are asking. It's no doubt in that. But function itself is called object in our Python. I told you, na, everything is called an object. Function itself is an object. I will show you that in the class. Okay, Malik, Anuj, I will show you that function itself is called an object. I will explain that, how it is an object. Okay, right. Let us go to, my dear student, what is the syntax for defining the function? Now I am going to explain syntax for defining the function. In this 15 to 20 minutes, I am going to explain the syntax. If any student is leaving and coming tomorrow, he will be going out of coverage area. Be careful. Let us coming to the next discussion. Very, very important. Now it is a 5:24. 20 minutes I will explain the syntax for explaining the syntax for defining the function. If anybody leaving the class by tired and getting some problem, tomorrow you will get the problem. So coming to the point of it, here you are having, come on students, functions concept is actually coming from the mathematics background. I hope everybody knows this. Functions concept coming from mathematics background. Am I correct? Functions concept is actually coming from where? Mathematics background it is coming. Functions concept is actually coming from the mathematics background. Did you understand that? Did you understand that, my dear students? Functions concept is actually coming from the mathematics background. Right. Let us take how easily I will explain, how easily I will go for that. Come on. Consider, beautiful explanation I will give you. Consider the following. Consider the following statement. Now you need to tell a beautiful explanation I am giving. Be in the class. If you leave it, you will suffer like anything. Right. Look at question number 1. Consider the following. What is that? Question number 1. Right. Consider Consider, I'm writing again. Why I'm writing again and again is because I'm fearing whether you remembered mathematics or not. F of x comma y is equal to x comma y is equal to x plus y. Find, consider, find, now I'm asking, find f of first bit, f of 2 comma 3. Second bit I'm saying f of something like 5 comma 6. Third bit I'm asking f of minus 5 comma minus 6. I'm asking. Don't tell me the answers. Answers I am not interested. I am interested in understanding the logics. I am interested in understanding the logics. I am not expecting answers, my dear students. If anybody says answers, I am not going to see that also. Please look into this area now. Now I am starting the answer. Solution I am going to start. See the solution, how easily that is. Now I am going to start the solution. Look at that. 1 minute, ma. Please don't go out of the coverage area. Look at that first. Why you are hurry? First listen. Because the more you follow me, the more career is there for you. If you go on saying the answers now, I'm not going to neglect. I'm neglecting that. X is equal to, let me write as it is, x plus y. Okay. Now I'm asking, first bit is there. First bit I'm going to answer. What is that first bit? F of 2 comma 3. I'm taking. 2 comma 3. Second bit I am asking. What is the second bit? F of 5 comma 6. I am taking 5 comma 6. Third one I am taking. Third bit I am taking. F of minus 5 comma minus 6. I am taking. Now tell me. Now I am asking, what is this is called? I am asking, if you are talented, now you tell me. Rocky, some students, Ranjan. Now you tell me what is this is called and what is this is called. If you are talented, you answer my question then. Giving the time for you. Now, if you are talented, you answer my question. What is this is called and what are this called? Right? So, nobody said answer. Nobody said an answer. Only Shivani said only one thing. Now, I am not going to take it. Now I am going to take this. Look at that. Over. Your things are over. Chance is over. This concept is called function definition. This is called function definition. This part is called function definition. This area is called function definition. Just look at, see, from mathematics, I'm coming to the syntax in Python. Function definition. Lot of people cannot understand the function definition. Yes, ma, Shravani, I am saying that. Shivani, I am saying Shravani. Yeah, that only I am saying, ma. Shravani, I only said you. I just see name is something blur. Yeah. So this is called function definition. And these things, 1, 2, 3 are called function calls. They are called function calls. Now tell me, how many parts are there in functions? Tell me. 2 parts are there. Two parts are there. I'm not going for C language. Come out from C language. This is called function calls. I'm going to say function calls. How many definitions we have? Quickly, one definition is there. How many times you are reusing it? How many times you are reusing? 3 times you are reusing. Is it not called an advantage? Defining one time and calling any number of times? Is it not an advantage? Yes, sir. How many parts of the functions are there? 3 parts of the functions are there. I'm going to give you 2 parts of the functions are there. Now I'm going to give you the concept called what? Parts in functions. Wait, don't leave the system. If you leave the system, you will be out of order. Tomorrow you will be suffering like anything. All the sincere students be in the class until I say 5:45 I will take the session. Right. Tell me. At the time of writing, at the time of dealing with the functions, at the time of dealing with what functions, at the time of dealing with functions, we have two parts. They are what is the first part, ma? What is the first part here? Function definition. Function definition. Function definition. Second one is called what? Function. All of you type and show me. B is called what? Function call. Function calls. Function calls. Function calls. Function definition. Function calls. What are the main component here? Function definition of function call. Function definition of function call. Function definition is very, very important. See, it is something like in our home. It is something like in our home. Electric switch is called a function call. Your light which is coming from the light is called a function definition. Function calls, function definition. Which is the main important component? Function definition. Then later what will be there? Function call. What is the relation between these two? Can anybody can say? Go to the mathematics again. Go to the mathematics again. Come on, my dear students. Once again, I am going to give you the clarity. Function definition, function calls. Come on, give me the clarity. Once again, I am asking. What is that? Now, come on to the point of it. Now, I am going to give you the beautiful flow now. Dear students, be in the class, ma. I am explaining. Look at what is happening here. What is this is called? Once again, I am asking. What is this is called? Function call. Spell out all of you. What is this is called? Come on, quickly. What is this is called? Function call. Whenever you call the function, your PVM will go to the function definition by carrying your input. What is your input? 2 and 3. 2 will be placed in X, 2 will be placed in Y. This total thing is called a function definition. In the function definition, 2 and 3 is called input. Listen very carefully. 2 and 3 is called input. The 2 and 3 is sending to the function call. This input is storing in X and Y. X and Y are called formal parameters, we can call. To store your values, to store your inputs, I require some variables here. Such variables are called formal parameters, we can call. Formal parameters are used in function definition. What is the purpose of formal parameters? To hold my inputs coming from the function call. Once again, 2 and 3 is called input. This entire thing is called a function call. 2 and 3 called my input. Whenever the function call is taking place, PVM will go to the function definition by carrying your input. That input is stored in the variables called X, Y. X and Y are called formal parameters. First thing is called formal parameters are required at the time of defining the function. Second, these formal parameters are containing input. That input will be processed. This is called a logic. We need to write a certain logic inside of the function definition. So formal parameters are required, plus a logic is required, plus next is called what? What is this F is called? Function name we can call. Tell me, function name is required, function formal parameters are required, function logic are required. These three things are required to define a function. Now tell me, this is called 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is processing here, giving the value called 5. Am I correct? Tell me, students, what is an answer here? Is equal to 5. Come on, answer my question. What is 5 and 6 is called? What is 5 and 6 is called? Quickly. What is 5 and 6 is called? I am not asking output, my dear students. I am not asking output, my dear. Anybody says output, you are not in my context. Input they are called. They are called input. Every input function call, where they are going? They are going to the function definition. 5 is stored in X, 6 is stored in Y. What is this X and Y are called? Formal parameters. Stored in where? Formal parameters. Formal parameters are going to where? Logic. Execute this 5 plus 6, returning the value called 11. 11 is printed here. 11 is printed here. Is equal to 11 is printed. Did you understand, my dear students? Last and final, to test by yourself. Self-testing is important. Only 10 minutes time is there. I am going to define the logic. What is 5 and 6 are called? What is 5 and 6 are called? Quickly. If you say wrong, I cannot do anything. Inputs. Inputs. What is this line is called? What is this line is called? What is this line is called? Function call. Function call. What is this 5 and 6 is called? Inputs. Who is that formal parameters? Go out of the order. 5 and 6 is called input. Now going to where? Function definition. Function definition. Where are these inputs are stored in? Where are these inputs are stored in? X and Y. X and Y are called what? Formal parameters. What is the use of formal parameters? What is the use of formal parameters? To store the inputs. To store the inputs. That inputs are processed with the logic. This is called logic. To define the function definition, what we need? Output is coming here. What is an output is coming here, my dear students? Here it is coming. Here what? Minus 11 is coming. To define a function, what are the components required? What are the components required? Function name is required. Function name is required. Plus next is called what? Formal parameters are required. Formal params are required. Plus next is called what? Logic is required. Logic is required to understand, my dear student. To define a function, you require these many number of things. Formal parameters required. Formal parameters required. You require this logic. You require this logic. These many number of things are required. Formal parameters required. These many number of things are required. Now, dear students, coming to the point, here I am going to do. Now I am asking one question. Now I am asking last and final one point. Here you will look at last and final. Right. Yes, I will post it. Now I am going to say fourth bit I am asking. Now G of 6, 7. What is an output? G of 6, 7. What is an output? Quickly. It is error. It is error. It is error. What is that error? Name error it is. What is that name error? What is that name error? You are having, we have a function call because I am writing because we have a function call. We have a function call, but there is no function definition. There is no function definition. That means what is the relation between function call and function definition? What is the, we have function call. We have function call, but there is no function definition. Because we have a function call, but there is no definition. Yes. Here, function definition is there. Function definition is there. Function calls are there. But here only function call is there, but there is no definition. It is called an error. Did you understand this mechanism, students? Did you understand this mechanism? Now understand here. Now understand here. Now I am writing the discussion here. Right. So coming to the point of it, I am writing here. What is that? For every function call, for every function call, there must exist a function definition. There must exist a function definition. Otherwise, we get which error? We get what error? Name error. See, I am writing including the mistakes. We get name error. Yes. One more point I will write it. Function definition will exist. How many times? Function definition will exist only once. And we can have multiple function calls. Multiple function calls we can have. Am I correct? Very good, sir. Now I am going for syntax for defining the function. Right. Now I am going to take, here I am going to write it. Syntax for defining the function. Syntax for defining the function. How it is? Come on, how many parts are required to define my function? To define a function, see here, to define the function. Don't get confused, my dear student. Function definition require function name, formal parameters, logic. Very, very simple. Let us coming to that. In Python programming, to define the function, I have the syntax. Now I am writing. To define, 5 minutes is there. All of you should be there in the class. To define the function in Python programming, we follow the following definitions. We follow the following syntax. Sir, what is the syntax, sir? See, a beautiful things I am going to write it. What is it? To define a function, we will use one keyword called def. What is the keyword? To define the function, we use a keyword called def. Okay, def. What is this? After all, one function name I will take it. Def function name. Okay. Next, what is required? Function brace. List of formal parameters. Formal params. If any. You don't worry about this mark. You don't worry about that word called if any. See that here only, you see, everything is more practical. Function name, function name, formal parameters. Now I am writing the logic. I am writing. To define the function, we use a keyword called def. This is one part. Function name, formal parameters. So happy. See that here also def and then function name and then list of formal parameters. Okay, student. Indentation symbol. I will write here block of statements. Performs operation. That is called logic. Fine. We will write a lot of statements here. Lot of block of statements we will write it. Block of statements we will write it. That's beautiful. Moreover, I will write one separate line I am writing, ma, that you don't worry. I will explain. Triple double quotes, doc string. Tomorrow class, when we come back, we will explain this part. This comes under what? This entire part comes under what? Syntax for defining the function. Did you understand, students? Did you understand, my dear students, this part? All of you? Yes. Everybody? Examples in tomorrow class. Today itself, we cannot go for example. If I want to go for an example, it will be taking 1 more or 2 more hours it will take. 1 week I am talking. Yes, ma. Nitikesh. Yes, very good, ma. Very good. No problem. I will give multiple examples. Yeah. Multiple examples I will give you. Yeah, Nitikesh is understanding because of maths knowledge. He got a clarity by comparing with maths, sir. Cleared my all doubts about the function and function call. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we will compare different things. I will explain. If I enter into the programming, you will be mind blowing. I will give you. Right? Coming to the point of it. Next, tomorrow class when we come back, I will explain this. Syntax in detail. 7 points I will write about this. First point about the def, second point about the function name, third point about the formal parameters, doc string about that, block of statements, and some more statements I will write it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 points I will write it. 7 points formula I will explain. You will be number 1. You will write like anything the programming. Tomorrow you will, doc string means it is a description mark. Manjula, don't worry. I will explain tomorrow because I don't want to make you to understand hurriedly. I will explain very perfectly for you tomorrow. Okay, na? Okay, na, Manjula? Right. So I hope that you understand. Yes, ma. Thank you, my dear students. Tomorrow's class, I will go for entering into that. Thank you, my dear students. God bless you. Thank you. All the best.